In a world reshaped by innovation, resilience, and global shifts, some nations are surging ahead at record speed. From emerging powerhouses in Africa to economic miracles in Asia, 2025 is redefining the global financial map. Which countries are leading the charge? Which economies are booming with investment, technology, and growth like never before? Today, we're counting down the world's fastest growing economies in 2025, and some of them might surprise you. Get ready to discover who's shaping the future of global prosperity right now. Number 10, Kenya. Kenya stands out in 2025 as one of the world's most dynamic emerging economies, with growth driven by digital innovation, infrastructure development, and regional trade integration. Nairobi has become a hub for tech startups and global investment, earning the nickname Silicon Savannah. The government's commitment to modernizing the economy through digital transformation has opened doors for young entrepreneurs, making Kenya a model for technology-led growth in Africa. One of Kenya's greatest success stories is its pioneering role in mobile banking, with platforms like M-Pesa revolutionizing financial access. These tools have empowered millions of people, especially in rural areas, to save, transact, and invest in small businesses. At the same time, investments in clean energy, transportation, and industrial parks are strengthening the country's infrastructure and drawing interest from global manufacturing and logistics companies. Kenya's strategic location along the East African coast further enhances its importance as a trade and transport hub. Despite facing challenges such as youth unemployment and climate-related pressures, Kenya is focused on long-term development. Initiatives aimed at improving education, healthcare, and environmental sustainability are helping lay the foundation for inclusive growth. With a young, tech-savvy population and growing influence in the region, Kenya's momentum in 2025 marks it as a rising force in the global economy. Number 9, Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan has emerged in 2025 as a rapidly advancing economy, capitalizing on its vast natural resources, strategic geographic position, and commitment to modernization. The country holds one of the largest oil, gas, and mineral reserves in Central Asia, which continues to fuel its economic base. However, what sets Kazakhstan apart in recent years is its focused effort to diversify beyond raw materials. Investments in infrastructure, logistics, agriculture, and renewable energy are beginning to transform its economic landscape, reducing its reliance on fossil fuels and increasing long-term stability. A key driver of Kazakhstan's recent growth is its strategic role in China's Belt and Road Initiative. Major infrastructure developments like upgraded rail networks and logistics hubs are turning Kazakhstan into a vital corridor between Asia and Europe. The country has also modernized customs and trade policies to attract foreign investment and encourage regional economic partnerships. Astana and Almaty have seen increased activity in finance, technology, and service industries, pointing to the rise of a more diversified, innovation-friendly economy. At the same time, Kazakhstan has invested in human capital and institutional reform. Initiatives in digital governance, education, and entrepreneurship are helping to modernize the business environment and make the economy more inclusive. While challenges remain, such as bureaucratic inefficiencies and regional disparities, Kazakhstan's mix of resource wealth, infrastructure upgrades, and political willpower is setting the stage for long-term economic resilience. In 2025, it's not just an energy exporter, it's a rising economic power in Central Asia. Number 8, Egypt. In 2025, Egypt is gaining global attention as one of the fastest-growing economies, powered by major infrastructure projects, strategic investments, and a youthful population. The government's ambitious reform agenda has focused on stabilizing the economy, improving public services, and attracting foreign investment. Mega projects like the new administrative capital, massive road networks, and the expansion of the Suez Canal have not only created jobs but also laid the groundwork for long-term economic growth. One of Egypt's most significant advantages is its geographic position, connecting Africa, the Middle East, and Europe, which makes it a key logistics and trade hub. The Suez Canal, in particular, remains one of the most vital shipping routes in the world, generating billions in revenue annually. Egypt is also seeing a rise in renewable energy projects, especially solar and wind, which aim to reduce its dependency on fossil fuels and appeal to environmentally conscious investors. Additionally, sectors like tourism, manufacturing, and agriculture are rebounding and diversifying thanks to supportive policies and improved security. Despite lingering challenges such as inflation, public debt, and youth unemployment, Egypt's forward momentum is hard to ignore. The government continues to work with international institutions to reform education, healthcare, and digital infrastructure, ensuring broader participation in the country's economic gains. With a population of over 100 million and a growing entrepreneurial spirit, Egypt is positioning itself not just as a regional power, but as a competitive force in the global economy. Number 7. Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is experiencing a remarkable economic transformation in 2025, standing out as one of Central Asia's fastest-growing economies. After years of economic isolation, the country has opened up significantly under reform-minded leadership, prioritizing liberalization, private sector growth, and global integration. Key reforms in currency convertibility, banking, and taxation have created a more investor-friendly environment, attracting interest from international businesses and development partners eager to tap into Uzbekistan's potential. The country's growth is also being fueled by strategic investments in infrastructure, energy, and industry. Uzbekistan is leveraging its location along key transport corridors to become a logistics and trade hub between China, Europe, and the Middle East. With an abundance of natural resources, especially natural gas, gold, and cotton, combined with the modernization of its agriculture and textile sectors, the economy is becoming more diversified and export-oriented. Major infrastructure projects like new railways, highways, and power plants are enhancing regional connectivity and boosting domestic productivity. What sets Uzbekistan apart is its large youthful population and growing focus on human capital. Investments in education, vocational training, and digital innovation are beginning to yield results, with a rising number of startups and tech initiatives taking root in cities like Tashkent. While the country still faces challenges such as governance reform and income inequality, the pace of progress and commitment to modernization are placing Uzbekistan firmly on the path toward long-term sustainable economic success. Number 6. Ethiopia. Ethiopia continues to emerge as one of Africa's fastest-growing economies in 2025, driven by massive infrastructure investment, a booming population, and a push toward industrialization. The government has focused heavily on large-scale public works, such as roads, railways, and dams, that have improved connectivity and access to electricity across the country. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, in particular, is playing a transformative role in boosting energy production, enabling the expansion of manufacturing, and improving overall productivity. The country's industrial parks have become a centerpiece of its economic strategy, drawing foreign investment and creating employment opportunities. These parks are designed to support sectors like textiles, pharmaceuticals, and agro-processing, allowing Ethiopia to gradually reduce its dependence on agriculture while expanding its export base. Furthermore, the government has prioritized digitization and financial inclusion, giving more citizens access to banking and mobile services, an important step in empowering small businesses and rural communities. Despite challenges such as political tensions and inflation, Ethiopia's growth potential remains strong due to its strategic reforms and young, energetic population. The country is also benefiting from deeper regional integration through initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is opening up new markets and trade opportunities. With continued investment in education, infrastructure, and governance, Ethiopia is positioning itself as a rising economic power in East Africa with a focus on inclusive and sustainable development. Number 5. Philippines. The Philippines is making strong economic strides in 2025, standing out as one of Southeast Asia's fastest-growing economies. With a dynamic service sector, a growing industrial base, and a young English-speaking workforce, the country is attracting both foreign investment and increased domestic economic activity. The business process outsourcing industry remains a key pillar of growth, while government support for digital transformation and innovation is helping diversify the economy into areas like fintech, health tech, and e-commerce. Infrastructure development is also playing a vital role in accelerating economic growth. Through the Build Better More program, the government has prioritized major transport, energy, and telecommunications projects to improve connectivity and reduce logistical bottlenecks across the archipelago. This infrastructure push is not only creating jobs, but also enhancing trade efficiency and accessibility for businesses operating in both urban centers and more remote regions. The Philippines is also seeing a rebound in tourism, remittances from overseas Filipino workers, and a stronger focus on regional trade integration. Despite ongoing challenges such as inflation and vulnerability to natural disasters, the country's long-term outlook remains positive due to structural reforms, robust domestic consumption, and improving investor confidence. As the government continues to focus on education, digital access, and inclusive growth, the Philippines is solidifying its position as a rising economic force in Asia. Number 4. Vietnam. Vietnam continues to be one of the most dynamic economies in Southeast Asia in 2025, thanks to its strong manufacturing sector, expanding exports, and pro-business reforms. The country has become a key hub for global supply chains, especially in electronics, textiles, and machinery, as companies increasingly diversify away from China. With a stable political environment and competitive labor costs, Vietnam has attracted billions in foreign direct investment, particularly from Japan, South Korea, and the United States. This investment has boosted job creation and helped modernize Vietnam's industrial base. Infrastructure development and trade liberalization have also played a major role in Vietnam's rapid economic ascent. The government has invested heavily in roads, ports, and power generation, improving domestic logistics and positioning the country as a major trade gateway in the region. Vietnam's participation in high-profile trade agreements, like the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, has opened new markets and further integrated its economy globally. Additionally, Vietnam is nurturing a fast-growing digital economy with rising internet penetration, mobile payments, and e-commerce adoption. A young tech-savvy population is driving innovation in startups, fintech, and digital services. While challenges such as income inequality, environmental degradation, and regulatory complexity remain, the government's commitment to reform and sustainable development has positioned Vietnam as a resilient, forward-looking economy with a promising future. Number 3. Rwanda. Rwanda has emerged as one of Africa's most impressive economic success stories by 2025, boasting consistent growth driven by strong governance, strategic reforms, and investment in technology. Despite its small size, Rwanda has become a regional leader in innovation and digital transformation, with Kigali recognized as a burgeoning tech hub. The government's focus on reducing corruption, improving the business climate, and fostering entrepreneurship has attracted foreign investment and enabled local startups to thrive. Key sectors fueling Rwanda's growth include agriculture, tourism, and technology. The country has invested heavily in modernizing its agricultural practices to boost productivity and food security, while also developing its ecotourism industry, which benefits from Rwanda's stunning natural landscapes and wildlife, including the famous mountain gorillas. Additionally, Rwanda's commitment to ICT infrastructure and digital services has expanded access to finance, education, and healthcare, helping to bridge urban-rural divides. Despite challenges such as limited natural resources and regional geopolitical tensions, Rwanda's visionary leadership and ambitious development plans have positioned it for sustainable long-term growth. With a young, educated population and ongoing efforts to integrate with regional markets, Rwanda continues to transform itself into an economic powerhouse that defies expectations and serves as a model for other developing nations. Number 2. Bangladesh. Bangladesh has solidified its position as one of the fastest-growing economies globally in 2025, thanks to its robust manufacturing sector, growing domestic consumption, and strategic economic reforms. The country is a global leader in textile and garment exports, which remain the backbone of its economy, providing millions of jobs and driving export revenues. Continued investments in infrastructure, such as ports, highways, and energy projects, have improved business efficiency and supported industrial expansion, helping Bangladesh diversify its economic base beyond textiles. In recent years, Bangladesh has also made significant strides in developing its technology and service sectors. The government's focus on digitalization, education, and fostering a startup ecosystem has spurred growth in IT services, telecommunications, and financial technology. This shift is opening new economic opportunities, especially for the young and rapidly urbanizing population, which demands better connectivity, education, and healthcare services. Urban centers like Dhaka and Chittagong are evolving into vibrant economic hubs, attracting both domestic and foreign investment. Despite facing challenges such as infrastructure bottlenecks and climate vulnerability, Bangladesh's economic outlook remains optimistic. Strategic policies aimed at poverty reduction, social welfare, and sustainable development continue to improve living standards and economic inclusivity. With a growing middle class, increasing exports, and a focus on innovation, Bangladesh is on track to become an influential economic player in South Asia and beyond. Number 1. India continues to be one of the world's fastest-growing major economies in 2025, driven by a combination of demographic advantage, technological innovation, and economic reforms. With a population exceeding 1.4 billion, India boasts a large and youthful workforce that fuels consumption, entrepreneurship, and innovation. The rapid expansion of the digital economy, including e-commerce, fintech, and IT services, has transformed many sectors and attracted significant foreign investment, positioning India as a global tech powerhouse. The government's initiatives like Make in India and Digital India have accelerated manufacturing and digital infrastructure development, aiming to create jobs and boost productivity. Infrastructure projects across highways, railways, ports, and energy are improving connectivity and lowering costs for businesses. Additionally, reforms in taxation, labor laws, and ease of doing business are making the country more attractive to domestic and international investors, leading to sustained economic momentum. India's growth is also supported by a diverse economic base spanning agriculture, industry, and services. While agriculture still employs a large share of the population, rapid urbanization and industrial growth are reshaping the economy toward manufacturing and services. With rising disposable incomes and a burgeoning middle class, India's domestic market continues to expand, providing resilience against global uncertainties. In 2025, India's economic trajectory reflects its status as an emerging superpower with immense potential. Conclusion: as we've seen, 2025 is shaping up to be a pivotal year for some of the world's most dynamic and fast-growing economies. From the tech-driven boom in India and Kenya to the infrastructure-led growth in Ethiopia and Uzbekistan, these countries are redefining global economic power. Their commitment to innovation, reform, and sustainability is driving remarkable progress that offers exciting opportunities for investors, entrepreneurs, and citizens alike. While challenges remain, such as inequality and environmental pressures, the resilience and determination of these nations set a hopeful tone for the future. Watching their growth unfold gives us valuable insight into where the world's economic center of gravity is shifting in the coming years. If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which country surprised you the most? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates on global economic trends.